Today in my home lab, I'm going to update my vCenter appliance, following along the directions here. Now, I've not done this before, and I will point out that I've done a full backup of my vCSA appliance, which I actually demonstrated on video here with Nikivo just yesterday. The other thing you can do would be to snapshot. So if you go to snapshot, take a snapshot, you can roll back vCenter to the moment in time in case something goes horribly wrong. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to open the download link in a new tab. And I'm going to log in with one of my VMware accounts. That does not look like a patch. So what happens is after you log in, it breaks things. Okay, now for the product, VC or Virtual Center, hit search, and I should find one that's very recent, July 7th. Awesome. All right, so reading about the patch. Are the directions in there? So let's just go back to this article and get ready for what happens after the download. I'm going to copy the ISO to a Datastore, and then I'm going to mount that ISO to the appliance. All right, so I'll get ready to do that. Now in my case, I'm going to go with a Datastore that's local, and it's an SSD, and I already have an ISO folder there. Local meaning it's on the same ESXi host as the vCSA appliance is running on. FP is the giant one. Okay, now that's uploading to my ESXi host. It's going to take a little time. What's next? Mount the ISO. Edit settings for the vCenter virtual machine. Make sure you turn on the connected box, and virtual machine's reconfigured. We're at 100%. What's next? Putty my way in. Okay. Putty, vCenter. Okay, so I'm at the shell, and before I even type this usual stuff to get to the, actually I'm at the command line, before I get to the shell, I actually want to do this software packages thing. All right. Okay, it's following along exactly with what the website is saying to me. And that's it. So pretty crazy easy, really. All right, that took, I don't know, about 5 minutes. And you'll see I connected vSphere client, since vSphere web client failed because vCSA appliance is being updated. I took the vSphere client and pointed it to the ESXi host that vCenter happened to be running on and just watched the CPU as it was doing its thing. And now the CPU's dropped now that it's finished. All right, what's the next step? Simply reboot, but they have me typing in -updates. Interesting. All right, it should look like this. It's now 10:26 a.m. You'll see it echoed a whole bunch of stuff in the recent task list around 5 minutes ago. It finished rebooting, was blue, and then for a minute, and then went black, sort of screensaver mode. You want to wait because there's a lot of web server services that need to start before you're able to log in with the vCSA, the vSphere web client. So if this logs in uneventfully and works, what's the first thing I'm going to want to do after I've verified functionality? Remember, I have a full backup. Snapshot was really if something went catastrophically sideways during the upgrade. But since it appears I am able to log in, and soon I'll know if the web UI is functional and vCSA is still seeing ESXi hosts and so forth. Assuming all that works, I have no intent of rolling back, which could have unintended side effects or consequences. All right, so let's just test, does remote console work after this upgrade that I just did? Yes, it does. So like I said, snapshots, it's not good to leave them and forget about them. So I'm deleting all snapshots and moving forward and bravely assuming that this new vCSA, newly patched vCSA appliance is going to work well for me. Okay, you'll see the snapshot is clear. And we can see that the disk I'm on, while low, it's not that bad, but I will want to pay attention to that. So now that we're done with the snapshot, there's one more piece of cleanup to do, and that would be the ISO file. That'll remove any dependencies on that other data store, should this get vMotion somewhere. So now the ISO file is detached. And frankly, keeping that patch around at this point in the data store, not really needed anymore either. So the other patch about NTP was third party and looked very particular. I'm not going to worry about that one right now. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching, and thank you for visiting tinkertry.com.